I'm Andy and welcome to my channel. My name is Andy. I'm going to only do things that bring me joy and that are fun for me, and hopefully we'll learn some stuff along the way. Thanks for being here. Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to do a little VR to Thea at Garden Goddess Tarot's decks I never use from a couple months ago, but also with my own little spin on it. When I read for other people, my least favorite question is a relationship question, which is like the main for so many. But if they ask a question like, should I go for guy A or should I go for guy B? I get real excited because then we can do a Tarot Smackdown, and that is my favorite. So I'm going to take the decks that I don't use so much and give them their opportunity to shine in a Tarot Smackdown situation. And I have picked some random questions, some would you rather questions, some this or that questions, just to have fun. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to divide my little questions for each of the decks. I'm going to pick 10 decks. We're going to ask them 3 questions each. See, maybe we'll pick a winner? Question mark. There might be a little declutter here. I don't think so though. These decks have like a special shelf outside of my main space, and I kind of pass that shelf every time I go into my bedroom, so they do get a glance at least a couple times a day, and I do pull off of that shelf occasionally, but mostly they stay on that shelf. Just the decks that I don't use, and the decks that I don't use, that because there is another category. These are the decks that I don't like, probably like the mass market ones, but the decks that I don't use that are a little fancier, like the ones that are just in the collection just because I like to gaze at them, those have like a special spot, a lit cabinet in the living room. Maybe some point, if you guys are interested on my channel, I'll do a little deck room tour and show you where all the decks are hiding, because I know we can see. These are just over here, if anyone's curious. These are the which way? This way. This stack here is all my Oracle decks. And over this way, where you can't see across from it, is a similar cabinet with all my tarot decks. And then over behind me here is a shelf that's going to be replaced at some point for one of these guys. Yeah, that's still coming, but it is like a functional shelf. It's just and what I found was the problem, the reason I love these so much is because these are too tall. I'm losing like 50% of my storage space. But anyway, I digress completely. And let's get started with the first Smackdown. What did they do? I feel like it should be a wrestling thing. Okay, I'm all ready to go for our first match. I'm having so much fun. Here we go. Okay, so I have my questions in my Pioneer Woman measuring bowl. Oh, Pioneer Woman and I, we had a moment. Okay, so wait, let me go through our contestants. So we have Butterfly Mary over here on Team Autumn, Team Fall, and we have Mary Magdalene over here on Team Purple. First question, here we go. Okay, so our first question is bright or neutral colors. The tarot that I don't use very much is Little Wizard's Tarot. The reason being, this reads like a champ. And I like to look at it. It's just a little shallow. There's just, I don't know. There's not a lot of depth to it. And I like a little more depth in my tarot decks, but I do pull it out just for fun, just to look at it, but it doesn't, it's not in the, on the regular shelf. it just stays on the not used so much. I know where it is, but I don't need to look at it all the time. Okay, so for bright colors, we have that one. And for our neutral colors, we have that one. And let's begin our smackdown. Okay, so we have the moon for the bright colors and the 5 of swords for the neutral colors. So if I had someone coming to me for a reading asking me whether they should wear bright colors or neutral colors, I would say that the neutral colors are going to do them dirty. I would definitely go for those bright colors. I feel like going for the bright colors, they're going to be exploring perhaps a new part of themselves that they hadn't discovered before. I think the person coming for this smackdown is a neutral color person, and they really need to come out of the box a little bit and go with the bright colors. Next question for the Little Wizards Tarot. I'm going to go through these fairly quick because we got 3 questions for each deck, and we got 10 decks. I'm going to collect the papers over on this side that wins. That's how we'll do it. Okay, so Butterfly Mary won the first round. Next question for the Little Wizards Tarot is mashed potatoes or baked potatoes. So let's see what we think for our second smackdown. We have the Knight of Pentacles for the mashed potatoes, and we have the 6 of Pentacles for the baked potatoes. It's a little bit of a wash here. I don't think there's a bad decision in this group. But I would say that the mashed potatoes seem like the more usual choice, the more sensible choice, where I feel like the baked potatoes might be someone else, whoever is asking this question, whether mashed or baked potatoes. I feel like maybe somebody else in their life likes baked potatoes and they always seem to go for the mashed. So if they go for the baked potatoes, it might be an opportunity just to compromise a little, just go for a little bit of change, because they do get their way quite often, and having the sensible choice and going with the mashed potatoes. So I'm going to give this one to the baked potatoes, and Mary Magdalene gets that round. A tiebreaker situation. Oh my gosh, who knew it was going to be such a nail biter? Okay, next question is art festivals or music festivals. So we have the Emperor for the art festivals. That seems appropriate. And then the 8 of Cups for the music festivals. Again, it seems like we're the same situation we were with mashed and baked potatoes. It seems like art festivals is like the stable choice. And maybe the music festivals is the way to go. Maybe that is the point they're going towards in the 8 of Cups. Like the music festivals is something that they're moving away from, but going towards something that's a little bit outside the comfort zone. So I am going to give it to Mary Magdalene and music festivals. I may be biased just because I definitely would say music festivals, but you know, it's my game. I can do what I want. So that was the Wizards Tarot. So on to our next deck contestant is the This Might Hurt Tarot. That might be a little bit of a surprise that this is in my not used decks. I never used it that much. I got it. This is actually my second copy too. And they're both copies were the indie version. The first copy I got, and I gave to my daughter, who really loved it. And the second copy I got in, I don't know if you watched the travel video I did last week, I think, with the Anne of Green Gables tarot. This was one of those that came in that eBay lot with her. So I didn't really, it was just kind of like a bonus. I do like looking at it, you know, and we just did that forest core vibe. This one does kind of have that color palette. So I do like keeping it around. But the reason that I don't use it so much is, and I'm just reaching down here to pull this guy out, is because there's a couple replacements that I like to pull for, because for me, this falls into a category of deck that I used to read for other people. It just doesn't have enough for me that I necessarily am going to reach for it to read for myself. And the Fifth Spirit Tarot has replaced the spot that the This Might Hurt Tarot was in, and also the Queer Tarot. So I would either reach for one of the other of those, and so this one then sits in that like not as used. That was the reason for its move from like the regular shelf onto the not used so much shelf. But we're going to use it today for the Smackdown, and let's pull our question here. So the question we have for the This Might Hurt Tarot in our Smackdown is macaroni salad or potato salad. Here we go. Macaroni salad is temperance, and temperance reversed. So, but I just turn them and take note of the fact it was reversed. And then potato salad is the Three of Pentacles. Now I'm going to say that perhaps there's been a little bit too much macaroni salad going on. The fact that we had temperance in reversed, and the fact that the macaroni salad and potato salad are both dishes that we would bring to a barbecue, potluck. These are so very American things. Like the picnic, the family, like the family reunion, which are kind of gathering activities, which I think the Three of Pentacles sits in that energy of kind of, bringing people together. So I'm going to say the potato salad is the right move, because this could only really be which dish should I bring to the family picnic. So, Team Mary Magdalene wins that round, and also the potato salad wins. Here, you can see me choose, like anyone would cheat at this game. Okay, so next question: pork bacon or turkey bacon? And if you're vegetarian, you can replace turkey bacon with vegan bacon, and we'll keep that open. So that's a choice on that side. Mary Magdalene is team vegan and also team turkey bacon, and Butterfly Mary is on the pork bacon side. She's not doing too well. She has only got one piece of paper on her side. So let's see if she can do better this time with the baking question. All right, so we got the Ace of Cups reversed and the Six of Pentacles. Again, the Six of Pentacles. I suppose we're asking decision type questions. It wouldn't be a surprise that the Six of Pentacles would be popping up quite a lot for us. Okay. I really, in this case, would have, the aces are difficult, but the fact that this was reversed, I'm going to take the Ace of Cups reversed to mean that the pork bacon choice is perhaps one that might be a little bit selfish, because if the upright, we've got this open heart, and I know that with reversals, it's not necessarily its direct opposite, but in this case, this is how I'm choosing to read it. So I'm going to say that this is kind of not being open to other people's ideas, opinions, emotions, feelings, taking that into account. On the pork bacon side, whereas Six of Pentacles on the turkey bacon / vegan bacon side feels like a bit more of a generous choice. So we're going to give it to Mary Magdalene again. Oh my gosh. Okay. So last one for the This Might Hurt Tarot. And our question is wallet or money clip? We've got the reversed Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands. Okay. I've got to go. Okay, so here's the thing. So with the wallet choice, the reversed Wheel of Fortune is always I always think of it as, how do you deal with change? How do you cope when things aren't going well? And the fact that this is reversed, I mean, there's not a that is going to be that if it was a yes or no question, no. Three of Wands, I mean, that's a very expansive thing. Feels like the money clip is going to open up a lot of possibilities and opportunities. So Mary Magdalene gets it again. Okay, so that was the This Might Hurt Tarot. Does this make me want to use the deck more? No. No. But that was fun. Okay, on to the next one. The Texture Tarot. Purely because of its cardstock, and I just don't have fun shuffling it. It's annoyance with its cardstock. I do like it. But there are just other ones that have come out since this came out that are quite similar, that shuffle better. That's why this is on the shelf, but I keep it because I do like it. I do enjoy it, but I don't use it that much purely because of its cardstock. So let's do it. And we're obviously not going to riffle shuffle this guy. The question is calendar or cell phone alert. And our first card just is not fun to shuffle for me. Okay, and then we get the Ace of Cups again, but this time it's upright on our calendar side. And then the cell phone alerts is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a win-win, right? Really looking at this. And I am going to go, and I swear, I love Mary Magdalene, but I am not biased in this at all, but I have to go with the cell phone alerts. I feel like there's quite a bit of like independence in the Nine of Pentacles, and it feels like the cell phone alert is going to, go towards that. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is the winner. That's all there is to it. It's one of my favorite cards in the tarot, so I'm going to give it to it for the win. Next question for the, we have a would you rather question, which are longer. Get down there. So our second question is a would you rather always sing out of tune or never be able to keep up with the beat? And we have the Page of Wands is singing on a tune, which is so funny because she's got her violin there. And the, the Hierophant. Who raise your hand if when you get the Hierophant, internally also go, Anyway, okay, so would you rather sing out of tune or never be able to keep up with the beat? The Hierophant doesn't think he'd keep up the beat. Okay, I am going to go with Team Team Butterfly Mary here because who's having more fun here? Let's be real. So singing on a tune, you're still having a great time. Never being able to keep up the beat. I'm thinking like on the dance floor, you're bashing into people. It's a problem. It's a problem. So we're going to choose not to sing out of tune because she can still play the violin. I mean, Okay, so next one for the texture, the last one is scrambled eggs or over easy eggs. Okay, here we go. And we have the Queen of Wands reversed and the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. I'm going to say, just I'm intuitively getting over the egg dilemma, is that Butterfly Mary with her scrambled eggs might be going a little too over the top. And the Two of Pentacles seems like it might be an opportunity to kind of take it easy. While that over easy egg is cooking, scrambled eggs are quick. Are we just going to throw them in the microwave and have microwave eggs? With the over easy, we're going to take their time. We're going to cook it on the stove, and we're going to enjoy a fine breakfast. So I'm going to give it to Team Mary Magdalene. And that's Smackdown for the Textured Tarot. Again, Mary Magdalene really kicking Butterfly Mary's butt. Let's be real. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, the next deck that I don't use very much is the Rainbow Moon Tarot. I feel like there are two reasons that this one doesn't get used very often. And the first one is the same reason for the This Might Hurt Tarot. And it kind of fits into that same category for me of very modern decks that I would probably use for others more than myself. Actually, there's three reasons. The other reason is after I got this one maybe a few months after, 4 or 5 months after, I got the Zeke's Arcana, which is kind of like, to me, this deck, improved. To me, they have a very similar energy, so I'm going to always choose that one because I really enjoy the Zeke's Arcana. And then the third reason is it also has a little bit of an alien vibe to me, and I have really got to be in the mood for that. And I have a couple other decks that sit in that realm for me, but this one is probably, of those decks, one of the more likely ones I am to grab. So that's why it stays around. And yeah, so here's our first question for the Rainbow Moon Tarot. Sunshine or for Sunshine is Temperance again, and the Warden of Cups. Oh, other fun reason why I don't often use this deck is because every time I do, I have to relearn the court hierarchy. So yeah, I'm assuming just by this picture that we're either looking at a page or a knight here. Most likely the Page of Cups. So I don't know. Her armpit hair is really distracting me at the moment. Let's see. It's Temperance versus I'm going to call her the Page of Cups. Also because she's got the little fish belly button ring thing going on. I feel like the more grounded, clear choice is Temperance, because the Page of Cups has got a lot to learn and maybe hasn't found the downside of storms yet, and is just enjoying getting wet, not realizing that she's ruined her nice dress, So we're going to give this to Team Butterfly Mary for the Sunshine versus Storm question. Our next question for the Rainbow Moon Tarot is melt warmers or candles? And our melt warmers are the Judgment card, and our candles are the Star. Wow, two major arcana cards battling it out right in front of us. I'm trying to, if I were to be in a tarot card, which card would I choose to be in? I'm going to pick the Star. I'm going to go with candles. Although there is a lot to be learned when in the Judgment card moment, it's not something I'm like, please give me the Judgment card. I really want this, or as a Star. And also as an Aquarius, there's a special fondness for the Star card. So I'm going to go with Mary Magdalene on this and with the candles. And our next question is clothing related, and it's flip-flops or sneakers. Here we go. Team Flip-Flop is the Devil. And two major arcana cards again. Sneakers are the Tower. Okay. All right. I am actually... I'm going to have to go with Butterfly Mary and go with the Devil here. I feel like both of them are going to create like a little bit of shakeup for whoever is trying to choose their footwear with the Rainbow Moon Tarot. I feel like the Devil, it might be somebody who is afraid to wear flip-flops. Maybe they feel self-conscious about their feet. And wearing the flip-flops is kind of like one of those moments where it's like, I don't care what anybody says. I'm going out in flip-flops. And then I feel like the sneaker move is kind of like a shake things up. I don't feel like this person wears flip-flops or sneakers on the regular. They might be a penny loafer kind of person, or the loafer. So the tower with the sneakers, I mean, the sneakers are also going to shake things up. So I feel like they have a similar energy to them, but you never can tell with either what the ultimate outcome is going to be. But I am still going to go with the Devil and Butterfly Mary for the win, and we're wearing the flip-flops. And again, that might be a biased choice. I do love myself a flip-flop rather than a sneaker. So, but it's my game, so I can play. I forget if we're on the, I think this is the last question for this deck. If I lost track, I lost track. Riches or happiness? Butterfly Mary is asking for riches. Mary Magdalene's going for the happiness. And we have the Six of Swords or the Six of Daggers versus the Magician here. And we've got to go with the happiness. Ultimately, riches is not going to fulfill us long term. Okay, that's it for the Rainbow Moon Tarot. That was fun. I did kind of enjoy pulling this one out again. On to the next one. Next on the list is the Star Seeker Tarot. I've had this one in my collection for a long time now. I aesthetically enjoy it. The purples, the purple edging, the kind of the muted tones to it. I like looking at it, but for some reason, and I think the reason is it's this, the digital art, I tend not to pull for, enjoy looking at or reading with as much as some of the other art styles I have in my collection. It's still really nice though, and I do enjoy it. And I feel like it may well have its moment with me at some point. So, yep, so I keep it around, but I didn't get the mini when it came out because I don't really use this one that much. So first question for the Star Seeker Tarot is hot weather or cold weather? Team Butterfly Mary is for the hot weather, and Mary Magdalene is for the cold weather with the Five of Swords. I'm gonna have to go with the hot weather. Yeah, I feel like personally, I would say cold weather, but I don't think that the Five of Swords I am ever going to pick as a definitive yes. So I'm thinking like it's kind of like the Hanged One, I would say is a maybe hot weather. So, you know, our winner here is probably in the middle here, but we're going to give it to Butterfly Mary for this one. And our next question for the Star Seeker Tarot is Zoo or Aquarium. Zoo is the Tower again. And the Aquarium is the reverse Three of Pentacles. Interesting. Very interesting. I am going to have to go with, I don't think I'm ever going to pick the Tower if it comes up as the choice. When you're talking about it, an interesting video might be like this or that with tarot cards, and like who would you pick to win? I don't know if I will ever pick the tarot as a choice, so I'm gonna go with the the Tower as a choice. I think even though it's the reverse Three of Pentacles, I am still gonna go with Mary Magdalene here and the Aquarium. Okay, next up for the Star Seeker. This one is a little hard to push together too when you shuffle. Boxers or briefs? Another clothing question. So we have Team Butterfly Mary is for the boxers, and we have the Two of Cups. Aw. We have the reverse Temperance. Temperance. Again, for the briefs. I'm going to have to go with the Two of Cups. Boxers for the love. Butterfly Mary gets another one in her corner. Okay, do we have one more for this one? We're going to do one more. my memory. Taco Bell or McDonald's. And Butterfly Mary is Team Taco Bell. And Mary Magdalene is Team McDonald's. Here we go. Taco Bell. Six of Pentacles again. Wow. And we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. I gotta go with the Queen of Wands on this one. Yeah, I feel like either one would be a yes. We're fine either direction, but I think more fun. We're going to have more fun if we go to McDonald's. So Queen of Wands for that one. That's the last one for the Star Seeker. Yeah, I enjoyed using this in the Smackdown. Does it make me want to use it more? No, not so much, but it's fun. All right, on to the next one. Okay, next on the Tarot Smackdown list, with decks I don't use very much, and things we're halfway through, and things are getting a little heated, so I've brought in our referee here. And next one on the list is the Little Odd Tarot. Little Odd Tarot. This was a Kickstarter I backed and didn't fund the first time around. And so I don't know, like for some reason, I felt it was my, I felt like it was my duty to ensure that, I don't know, I just got a soft spot for the creator or something. And I thought it was my duty to really support it. So I was backer number 2. And, I don't know who got there first. Maybe her mom. But anyway. And I do have a print of the Empress card for this deck. But for the same reason, and the card stock is, I'm just not happy with it. The edging is pretty. But for the same reason as the Little Wizard's Tarot, this one, although I like to look at it, it feels a little shallow. So yeah, so I don't reach for it. I do like having it though. I do like looking at it. But I can't say I've really used it that much. So let's pull our first question for the Little Odd Tarot. And our question is, would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands? Okay, so on team hands for feet is Butterfly Mary. Move things around a little bit to get a little bit closer. So we got to move, just shift a little bit here. Let's get everything nicely in and put her over there. And here is her feet for hands. Okay. So on our side, we have the Sun reversed in the hands for feet. And the 8 of Cups. Again, we've had these 2 cards before. So I would say that it's interesting that our 8 of Cups is going in this direction, just as a side note. I feel like I've just got this kind of feel like that the desire is that the the feet for hands is like, no, I'd rather be over here. And even though our Sun reversed, while it might not be a happy situation and maybe, they would rather things be a different way over here with the hands for feet. I feel like it maybe is an easier time of it. You could cover up your feet hands, or your hand feet. You could cover up your hand feet, whereas your feet hands, that's a little bit more obvious. So I feel like Butterfly Mary gets it for the win. I'm gonna put her little stack she's acquired over here so we can kind of see how it goes, and we'll move these over here too. Okay, So that's the winner for that one. So our next question for the Little Odd Tarot is salt or vinegar or sour cream or onion. I'm assuming we're talking about chips here or crisps if you happen to be from that side of the water. um, and we are a bilingual English family in this house, so equal opportunity crisp and chip conversationalist. So salt and vinegar, 8 of Swords, and sour cream and onion, 4 of Swords. Okay. I am going to give it 8 of Swords. Is never a good moment to be in. So we're going to have to go with the sour cream and onion. Mary Magdalene gets that one. Next, and our final question for the Little Odd Tarot is tattoo or piercing. And we have the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Swords again. Wow. Okay. I feel like if I'm going with it feels like maybe tattoo or piercings, maybe they're both just don't feel like it's quite the right time for either. But I feel like if you've got a tattoo or you got the piercing, and which one do you feel like you don't want to you don't want to face up to? I feel like the 2 of Swords is a little bit of an easier energy to kind of get through than perhaps the 8 of Swords. So we're going to give it to the tattoo rather than piercing. And that is the Little Odd Tarot. Butterfly Mary did pretty well in that round. And on to the next one. The next deck on the list is the Saki Tarot, or the I Am the Artist. And I think I got it just because there was a time when it was the vibe and I wasn't able to get it. But then since it's come in, it hasn't been the vibe, right? So I'm not using it at the moment, but at some point it will be the energy that I'm feeling and I will pull it out. That I'm sure of. So for the moment, its home is with the decks I don't use very much. So let's pull the first question for I Am the Artist Tarot. And it is store-bought gifts or handmade. So on the store-bought side, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Again, we've had that too. And the 2 of Swords again. Interesting. Two twos battling it out. So I feel like for this one, which 2 would I rather be sitting in? I would definitely rather be the 2 of Pentacles over here. So I'm going to say the store-bought gift is the better choice right now. So next up and next question is spring or fall. We have the Hanged One again for spring and the 5 of Swords again for fall. I have to go with spring. I'm telling you, 5 of Swords, no thank you. No thank you. So we're going to go with spring. Okay, I know I say that just everyone is looking forward to fall, but the Smackdown has answered spring. Okay, staples or paper clips? So for staples, we have our 8 of Swords again and Justice. We haven't seen Justice, I don't think, in any of our Smackdowns yet. So I am going to say I'm going to go with the paper clips. It seems like the reasoned choice. It's going to be a well thought out thing, whereas this, I mean, there's no thinking going on really, right? We're just wrapped up in all the problems with the staples. What if I poke my finger? What if I staple my finger? What if the stapler isn't strong enough and doesn't go through all the paper? All of the things, whereas this one, it's just like, use the paper clips, man. All right, Mary Magdalene gets it. And that's our final one for the Saki Saki, or the I Am the Artist Tarot. I have fun with this deck, actually. This might be the only one so far that I think could move. But I did kind of know that it would move off the shelf, at some point. So not really a surprise, but kind of a surprise. So on to the next one. So the next one on the list is the Carnival at the End of the World. I got this deck, I guess not really realizing it had a guidebook. I love the way it smells though, and it's hefty. I love how it feels. Not really realizing it had a guidebook, and then I was like, huh? Like so confused. And didn't use it. And I'm like, oh, I need the guidebook. That's the problem. And then I did use it a little bit, but right now it kind of sits there unused. I still like it. And again, same as the last one, I think it will have its moment, but it's not right now. So the question for the Carnival at the End of the World is matching or mismatched socks. Matching or mismatched socks. And we have the Five of Swords again. Wow. How many times can you get the Five of Swords? I feel like maybe this is a personal message. And the, what are you? The Four of Cups. He was upside down. It threw me off. The Four of Cups. I got the Four of Cups in a different reading today. I was reading with the Soul Cats, and I got the Four of Cups today. So that's interesting. I am going to have to say, our guy over here really doesn't care about what his socks look like. And this guy looks like, I have stated already that the Five of Swords is never going to be a yes for me. But this raccoon, he's like, we need the match socks. Like, it feels like if we pick the match socks, like this is the solution to like everyone's problem over here. But I have got to go with the upside down monk and the mismatched socks, and Mary Magdalene gets it. That's fun. All right, next question for Carnival at the End of the World. Ooh, it's a would you rather. So, would you rather take part, let's see if our little dragon can kind of hold the paper here. Would you rather take part in a zombie apocalypse or a pandemic? Well, one of those you've probably experienced, and one of those you probably haven't. But what's the better choice here? Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. That's an interesting Seven of Swords. Okay. I'm going to have to go with the zombie apocalypse over here. I'd much rather be in the Three of Pentacles. Feels more like a yes on this side. I don't know what all is happening over here, but it feels like if you're gonna die from one, it feels like this is a better, like there's a plan here. Let's just kind of like make ourselves a hammock and go up in the tree, whereas this feels like you've been cut to pieces. So we're going with the zombie apocalypse and Butterfly Mary for the win. Okay, next question and last question for the Carnival at the End of the World. Ooh, it's another one with chips. So Pringles or Lay's chips or crisps. Let's see. So Butterfly Mary, we have the Six of Swords. How many swords can come up in our Smackdown? And the King of Swords. I'm just going to turn them. Here we go. Oh, those swords. So I feel like the Pringles, it's like, no. This feels like a hard no. King of Swords lays. We're going for the lays with the King of Swords. So that was the Carnival at the End of the World. I actually really enjoyed that. It's just, I don't know. This one again could end up out of the don't use so much. And yeah, I mean, I feel like we're coming into the season where it feels right. So we'll see. We'll see if this one jumps off the don't use so much shelf and ends up on the main shelf. That's the Carnival at the End of the World. Next on the list, and this is the newest on the list, is the Dream Dust Shamanic. This is not currently living on the don't use very much shelf. This is in the main part, and this is a don't use it very much because I got the Dream Dust Shamanic the same time as I got the Tarot as Color, and that deck has just blown me out of the water so much. And I feel like they sit not necessarily as a this or that, but as a similar kind of a similar vibe for sure. And I would probably pull one or the other. So I guess they do this or that, but it's not like I would choose to have one rather than the other, if that makes sense. So let's pull our first question for the Dream Dust Shamanic. Dog or cat? And on the dog side, we have Judgment or Awakening. And on the cat side, we have the Four of Wind or the Four of Swords. So let's see. I feel like that last time we kind of, these two feel like they're both fine, right? Like, you can't go wrong. If you get a dog, you're going to love your dog. If you get a cat, you're going to love your cat. But which would I rather be in? I feel like, again, with the Judgment, that feels like a bit like hard work. Whereas the cat feels like I could sit in my chair, pet it. The dog might change me long term, but my short-term decision of happiness is going to be the cat. So Mary Magdalene gets it with the cat. And our next question for Dream Dust Shamanic is white or wheat bread? So white bread, we have the Six of Swords again, and the Two of Wands. Okay, so I think here the wheat bread is the better choice. I think you'd be fine with white, but wheat bread seems better. Mary Magdalene gets it again. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, breakfast or no breakfast? It seems like people kind of sit in one camp or the other. Breakfast, we get the Fire Sprite. And no breakfast is the Wind Goddess. I feel like the Wind Goddess trumps the Fire Sprite. I feel like this is like the smarter decision, but like, I don't know. This feels like it's like kind of like, ooh, encouraging, like just try and have breakfast. It'll change things. Whereas this is like, this is what I do. This is what I know. This is what I'm going to do. I feel I'm going to go with the Fire Sprite. It just feels like the decision that kind of sits outside, and could be a really positive thing. Okay, next question is pumpkin pie or apple pie? Butterfly Mary on Team Pumpkin Pie. Oh, we got the wind Sprite this time. And ooh, the Empress. Oh, that seems so perfect. I mean, for this question, the Empress coming up, it seems perfect. I have to go with the Empress with the apple pie. Mary Magdalene gets it again. Wow. Okay, so that was Dream Dust Shamanic. Definitely not on the, definitely in the don't use it very much, but definitely in the going to be using more for sure, and staying on the main shelf. And we have one more left, and then it'll be the end of our Smackdown. Okay, last one on the list is the indie version of the Curious Travelers. I got this, I wanted this, and it was out of print. And then there was this last print. It felt like a deck that I wanted on really good indie cardstock. So I got it, but again, I got it for other reasons other than it was the current vibe, right? So it is in my aesthetic. I'm sure I will use it, but since it's been here, it hasn't been, what I've been feeling. So our first question for the Curious Travelers deck is chicken nuggets or chicken fingers? So on the chicken nugget side, we have the Lovers. And on the chicken finger side, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Have to go with the Lovers. We're giving it to Butterfly Mary. And next question. Trip or staycation? And on taking a trip side, we have the Four of Cups again. And on the staycation side, we have the Three of Wands again. I mean, it's kind of interesting that this like screams trip, right? Screams expansion, but it's on the staycation. So this kind of makes me feel like, and this feels like a stay home energy. It kind of feels like either one, you're going to feel like you wanted to do the other one, maybe. So I'm going to say, even though you'll be a bit homesick, I'm going to give it to the trip with the Four of Cups. Normally, this would be, the Three of Wands would be kind of the winning card, but I feel like you're always going to, this feels like homesick. It's not something bad happening on the trip. So it's like, if you're going to be full of regret, like missing home a little bit, rather than staying and wishing that you'd seen the world is a much, is a worse feeling. So I'm going to say take the trip. And our last question is black coffee or cream and sugar? We've got the King of Cups for the black coffee and the Knight of Cups for the cream and sugar. Well, King trumps a Knight. And he might have tried the cream and sugar back when he was a younger guy, but now he knows where it's at is with the black coffee. So we're going to give it to Butterfly Mary. Okay, so that is it. That was our Tarot Smackdown with the decks that I don't use so much. Let's now tally up and see who our winner is. I think we had a pretty obvious winner. So Butterfly Mary won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rounds. And Mary Magdalene won. Let's move her here so you can have her moment to shine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So she won it by 3. Is also our champion of the Smackdown is Mary Magdalene is the winner. So thank you so much for watching. This is a lot of fun. And yeah, it was just a different way, and I'm so glad that I got to use some of the decks that I haven't been using so much, and got to play with Mary Magdalene and Butterfly Mary. So that's all we've got, and see you again next time. Bye.